strangest animals and the music they inspire.
Behold, the Chinese Giant Salamander, the largest amphibian in the world. These creatures have been around for millions of years. They're even older than dinosaurs. But if we're not careful, one day they may be gone forever. Hello, welcome to Songs for Unusual Creatures. I'm your host, Michael Hearst. Today we're in Los Angeles heading for the LA Zoo, where we're going to learn about the Chinese Giant Salamander. It's going to be awesome. I'm also going to perform a song I wrote inspired by the giant salamander and introduce you to some rather unusual musical instruments, playing them in some unusual locations. As the name suggests, the Chinese giant salamander is a resident of China and can get really huge, growing as long as 6 feet and weighing up to 60 pounds. It has a large head, a wide mouth, and very small eyes. There are only 4 Chinese giant salamanders in the United States, and 2 of them are here in the LA Zoo. Curator Ian Riccio has been looking after them for a long time.
There's a couple of giant salamanders found on the planet Earth, and one of them is in China, and it in fact is the largest of both of these salamanders. There's also one in Japan that's massive. Beyond being the largest salamander on Earth, it's also the largest amphibian. Their history goes back 170 million years, almost unchanged.
So they were around when dinosaurs and...
Yeah. Before dinosaurs.
Before dinosaurs.
Really. Yeah.
Crazy. With those little eyes, giant salamanders have learned to make use of their other senses. They have an acute ability to sense prey from afar and will wait very quietly for them to approach.
They'll eat just about anything that gets close to them. They're ambush predators is what we call them, and they'll sit on the bottom and move very slowly in the muck and wait for some kind of fish or crawdad or something of that sort, and then they literally suck it in. So you'll see food in slow motion filming of giant salamanders feeding. You just see the food be sucked into the mouth. They're just perfectly adapted for their lifestyle.
I find them absolutely beautiful and disgusting and awesome.
Yeah, all of those things, they're pretty cool.
So when it came time to compose a song for the Chinese Giant Salamander, there are 2 musical instruments that I really wanted to incorporate. The first is the Theremin, and the second is the Stylophone, which looks like this. It's perhaps one of the nerdiest instruments known to mankind because it comes equipped with a pen or stylus. As you touch the stylus to the surface, it makes a sound like this. The other instrument that I immediately thought of that sounds like a Chinese giant salamander is the theremin. The theremin was invented in the 1920s by the Russian scientist Leon Theremin, and it's perhaps the only musical instrument that you do not actually touch to play. The closer my hand gets to the pitch antenna, the higher. And this side is volume. The closer my hand gets, the quieter. But really anything will affect that, even a baby's foot. And that's how you play baby theremin. Like many amphibians, giant salamanders have lungs, though most of the oxygen they need is actually absorbed through their skin when underwater.
This allows them to spend very long periods of time below the surface. Let's see that suction power one more time. Sadly, Chinese giant salamanders are critically endangered. Waters are being polluted and their habitats are being destroyed. They're also being harvested for food. If we're not careful, these creatures, which have been around for a long time, may soon disappear forever. That's all the time we have for Songs for Unusual Creatures. Thanks so much to the Los Angeles Zoo and to you. And remember, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Bye!